little bit of a hiccup, so I'm back. And yeah, I already took care of that schedule pretty quickly. So what I was saying was, yes, we just got our first snow. So the first snow is here. Um, I I call this snow is sacred. The first snow is, I believe, is sacred. Um, very sacred. And oh yes, the nice, the cold whistling of the wind. Whispering, and across the window pane, whispering across the window pane. Beautiful. And yes, um, and I'm all warm and, and everything. Uh, just doing readings. And of course, this is my time. I wanted to do writing. Oh, yeah, I'm going to definitely do a lot of content. hmm I love doing content in this season. Ooh, what is that? I never. Okay, I'm live. It looks different. I don't know. Something's different. Let me see. Oh, okay. That's features. Never mind. I just noticed something. Okay. Maybe it's always been there. So anyway, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. I'm just getting started. And so, okay. It took me a few hours. Yeah, everything had to update over here. So, mm-hmm. Got to have everything updated. The computer is fine. But it was like, you can't put me off anymore. It's like, oh, okay. Did its thing. hmm I'm like, I hope I still remember those encryption codes. I got them in memory. I feel the need to write them down anyway, like to make sure. Like, I have it committed to memory. They're very simple numbers. hmm So, oh yeah, so wonderful things that's coming up. Um, I'm getting ready to do big things. I'm studying, and I know that I have those lies, but I also said, hold on, hold on. I also said, look, yes, but over the next few days. So I've got plenty of time. I've not forgotten. Uh-oh. Oh, let me find your, okay, I'm focused. Let me get to the chat box. I'm going straight to the chat box and say hi to everybody. I know generally, usually, I don't say a word. Hi, it's Jakid. Hi, hi. And then Ruben, Trejo, God, tell you go outside, help the homeless people, gave food, read the Bible, John 3:16. Well, you don't have to tell anybody. I think you're supposed to do it. I think you're supposed to do it. Hi, Rudin, Rudin. You just go and do it. You don't have to plead with it. That's what it means to be powerful. You don't have to plead to go and do something that is called compassion. You have great empathy. I commend you on empathy. But your compassion, as the act of kindness, needs a little bit of tune up. Just go out and be compassionate and act. Don't just always rely on your integrity and your empathy. Okay? All right? I'm just helping you out a little bit. I'm just helping you out. This is a psychic helping you out here. Test the spirits, they are of Yah. Test the spirit of Yah. You are not a prophet. I call you out. You are not more psychic than I. You cannot do psychic prophecies. You can't even do prophecies. And you don't revelate very well. I am pointing at you, and you should be offended. I'm a psychic, and I'm pointing at you with my finger. Are you from the South? I'm pointing. Are you from the South? I'm pointing my finger at you, and I'm telling you, you do not possess. You barely possess revelations. You do not prophesy. You're not a prophet, and you don't do psychic prophecies. And you're not more gifted than I, and you never will. You never will help the people as I help people every single day, as I have since I was a young one in the Bible Belt. You are not compassionate enough. Okay? All right. And divination, actually, that's you. Divination in Deuteronomy, that is Israel or Christians um, choosing which children are going to walk through the fires to be astrologers and wizards and magicians. You are choosing people who you think are prophets. And that's it wasn't because you were sacrificing children, by the way, or potential true prophets, by the way, which is another thing you tend to do. And God says, don't do that. But furthermore, God says, no, 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 no. You don't choose prophets. God will choose a prophet. God will choose a prophet. You will not choose a prophet. You can't even choose accurate prophecies. Excuse me. I have worked. I gotta actually help someone, if you'll excuse me. I actually have to psychic prophesy to someone. Excuse me. Welcome. It's a pleasure. Hello. Welcome. It's always wonderful to speak with you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you are going more in male scent oriented. Beautiful. Right? Exactly. I like it. Mm-hmm. Right. And it now maybe if it were like a lighter and like tinge of more of the like on a lighter note that you know people like women could maybe wear it. Maybe if there's a lighter version. Hmm. Well, eventually, right, right. Like maybe there'll be some floral or citrus, something that can make help make it a little more. We know for ladies can enjoy as well, because I'm sure ladies like the scents, of the the more woody scents as well, especially when they think the woods there and a plant or flowers next to it. Right? Oh, not now. No, because I like the current one you've got, the male scent. I like the male scent at the moment. Hmm. I love the idea of it. Right. Well, I get the sense that you're going to have the ability to create both well, clearly for both the masculine male and also for ladies. And I knew that you're going a direction of beauty. That is your life purpose. And in this particular direction, I just get the feeling that, especially with this one specific question regarding these very specific like ingredients, I think that you are will have two versions. Like sometimes like you create sense, right? And it's been unisex. I'm really pulled to the idea of this one specifically. Maybe others won't have this quality, but this one will have that duality where it's okay, this is more like men, this is for the guys and this is for the ladies. I have a feeling that's going to work out. Hmm. Right. Yes. Right. Now that, oh my gosh. See, now we're getting somewhere. That is what I'm talking about. Like because that means okay, there's different versions that you can make. You can make like you said, the unisex. You can make the males. You can make the yes the ladies, and it work out perfectly fine. Perfectly fine is what I see. I mean, I get that feeling. Now we can safely use the word diversified. There's some diversified products, catering to both men and women. Yes, I think you should market this one specifically to men. I mean, I believe you should market your brand very, of course, feminesque, but very lady. But also, a side note, this one is special for the men because like you say, the men are showing up too and saying, "Could you make a scent for guys, or do you have a scent for guys, or like I'm here too?" Yes, but I think it should be out there more like a perfume for the ladies. But then the guys who are standing out and saying, "Oh, I see you have something over there for the male. What's in that bottle?" Mm-hmm. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Okay, see, now you tapped into an old spirit. How many times have I said, please do something for the men? Please make some perfume for oils for the men. I say that so many times. Pleading. Yes. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Oh yes, yes I have. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's a go-to. Everybody's grandpapa has that bottle. That very same bottle. Mm-hmm. That's always the go-to. And then you get all the additional ones, but you never run out of that one. And you always keep a bottle of that. It goes a long way. And okay. Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Right. You, okay, so this is important. Very important. We mustn't make that the dominant part of what you're doing. Isn't it amazing that people show up and they have special skills and talents that you never knew? And it's like, surprise, I also know this. I know how to do a surprise. Oh, you didn't know I didn't how to I've studied that? And just out of nowhere, no one even had a clue that you dabbled in that at all. And you could be as light about it and as deep about it as you choose. So it's kind of like a person who shows up and they just don't look like they move at all. But then come to find out they do ballet or they're gymnasts. And you're like, I didn't know you were a gymnast. Well, that's a special. They're like all cool about it, cool headed about it. And they're like, that's a really great talent. Wow. So that's how I view you. I view you just this is just an amazing ability skill that which you possess, but I know your intellect. We said that your chemistry and connections and scientific mind is going to really help you to create. You said like where you creating a whole uh, like like a list of different oils and scents and things like that. Your own ingredients, apothecary, right? Your own personal apothecary. Okay. See, see how he wrote that? That's how I see, when I always see you writing your oils, about your oils, like that. And that, you see how he tapped into history? Those words are timeless. Because he's speaking to our great great grandfathers who actually went into those factories, and then they come home to their wives and, and cleaned up, or, that's what they were wearing. That's what they were wearing. Yes. But see, that's what I love about the history and culture. Like you say, well, that when you, this is tapping into the Japanese, little things that you were kind of, in other cultures, because you were tapping into history, and people, like, you see how all our, both of our minds just lit up, and across all the timelines. It's timeless. What's relevant then is relevant now. That was like decades ago, years ago, but it's relevant even still to this day. Timeless, and that's how I see you writing. I see you writing and having the descriptions of your oils the very same way, but in your voice, though. In your voice, right? And he tapped into spirituality. I mean, when you really think about it, he tapped into legacy, spirituality, where people come from, where people started, the old days, you know, things like that. He tapped into that, and I know you're going to tap into that as well. You will. It's going to be beautiful. You could tell a story. Okay, it was a pleasure. Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, she is so brilliant. Oh my gosh, she's smart. She's a bit cerebral, but she's brilliant. She's Danish. You can never. I know you can never. Listen, what did I write? Look, you're not gifted. You're not gifted. You're not a gifted psychic. If you tested to be a psychic, you would discover very quickly that you're not gifted. Also, I'm helping others, and you're sitting there trying to be something you're not. You cannot help anyone else, and because you're not talented enough and you're not special. Okay, I'm a psychic, and when a psychic says things, it means something. You see, when I say it, it means something. So you can drop your mail off here, but when I say something, it means something. When you say something, it's kind of like wash water. You throw it at, like, where does wash water go? We don't care where wash water goes, because your words don't hold weight. I'm very careful and must be cautious about the words I choose. You can say anything in the world you want, and no one would care. No one would care. You could say the worst of the most, because you have said the worst things possible that you could say. But here's the thing, surprise, no one cares what you have to say. If I say it, it means something, and it stays and sticks with people. So, with that said, I don't think that you can predict yourself out of a dirty pair of, like, holes in the socks. I don't think you could predict yourself out of any type of situation. I don't think you have any kind of wisdom. I see you look, just because you're bald and I have a white mustache, I'm clean shaven, got my hair, and I've been reading since I was a child. Reading cards, poker cards as a child. Napoleon, my homeboy, came up with the playing poker cards for his soldiers. Napoleon, right? You know him, short guy, right? Problematic. Right? But I read those, and we call that cartomancy. And also he's European, he's British. He created the deck of arcana, the tarot cards. and then we take the tarot cards and the poker cards, we put them together, and people like me, like I can interpret the esoteric meanings. You can't. Your spirituality is boring, by the way, because the tarot cards actually tells a story of everything you wish you could talk about, because what you're talking about in there, I'm not even going to read it, because that's not even scripture, that's not even Bible. I don't care if you throw in all kind of scriptures, because you don't even, like I said, you don't even revelate properly. You don't even regulate. Your revelation is not even consistent. Next that I want to talk about with you is that since you do not interpret the scriptures properly, even though you're not a prophet, I don't need to listen to or take. I don't want to take a little bit of anything, even if it's a good berry. The whole branch of what you're trying to deliver in your fruits is most of it. 97% is nothing. It's nothing. It's rotten. And I will have nothing to do with it. I will not eat from you. The other thing is this. The other thing is this. I want to let you know. I see you have your ball, you got the ball, clean cut, nice. All right. You clean shaven, you got clean shaven, got the white beard. So you're an elder, fantastic. I don't think you interpret the Bible with great wisdom. You don't. You do not interpret the Bible or scriptures or any kinds of spirituality at all in your form of what you're trying to feel comfortable, like you've done something for humanity or for people to help them out, is very minimal. It's very minimal, and it lacks compassion. It has no compassion in it, and your ethics and your integrity outshines the compassion, the great works that that you actually could do. But you lack the discipline. You are lacking in the discipline. So you do not need to come in and speak to someone clearly more spiritually unmatched. You need to speak to someone who is more in your speed, or go and teach the kids' church. You need to go be a kids' pastor, a youth pastor. Go off, scram, go be a youth pastor, learn as they're learning, and go and study under a real pastor. That's what you can do. There you go. Yeah, there you go. hmm You actually are abomination, because you chose prophets that aren't real prophets. You're an abomination. You choose prophets, and you know full and well your prophets are actually not prophets at all, and they are diviners, and they sacrifice children as in Deuteronomy, and their your none of your prophecies ever come to pass. Not one of your prophecies have come to pass. Not one of them. None of them. Zilch. None of them. There you go. And let me write that in chat of them. Boom. There's my response. Read it and weep, old person, elderly person. Any more elders that want to come talk to me? Come on. Any more elders want to? Any more elders want to come talk to me? Any more elders want to come talk to me? Send your pastor. I want to talk to your senior. Send your pastor. Send your I want to talk to your pastor. Send your pastor. I've got all day. Excuse me. All right. So I'm back. And so, anyways, while I was punching you in the mouth, I was actually working with a client. I kicked your butt from Egypt to Canaan, to the land of Canaan, while on the phone doing a psychic reading and flipping over two decks of tarot cards. Three decks of tarot cards. Do not test me. Do not. I'm beyond tested. You don't need to test me, my abilities anymore. My abilities are proven. Mm-hmm. Now, where was I? And I did it with grace. And I read my tarot cards on my psychic phone, working with clients and working with a client who I love very much, paying me and kicking your tail end from Egypt to the land of Canaan. Okay. So, mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So now, um, I'm in a very good place. So now all I have to do is continue to grow. Okay. So what time is, okay, it's 11. So now all I have to do is, whoops, I gotta shuffle my cards. Mm-hmm. gonna do amazing things. I feel so good right now. So, okay. Whoops. Got my cards here. Making sure they're nicely shuffled. It's good to talk to wonderful people, great voices. I have amazing clients. They're working on their businesses because they are going to do something with themselves, which is beautiful. That's what we want them to do. Mm-hmm. I want them to have amazing lives. Mm-hmm. The new year brings success in wealth and money because of the nature in which money comes from, people. So it's all about the human heart and connection, making connections. So I'm going to continue to bring about the good energy, the good vibes, healing, protection, wealth, prosperity, love, and reconciliation and agreements between mother and daughter, mother and son, siblings, sister and brothers, bringing family together and keeping them together. We're going to do that. Make sure that the families are taken care of, the families that I work with, that they don't separate, that they stay strong, they stay together, and that they continue to be successful success stories, but continue to be successful. They are, working together. They can work together. And mother and daughter, or mother and son, and father and daughter and son, and stepmother to to children that are not theirs, etc., can actually grow together and grow and become one. Doesn't mean they do not come without issues, but it also means that they can grow in their love, like the stepmom and the father are still going to be twin flames. Their marriage is still going to be protected, and the children, even if especially if they're all grown up and adults, they will respect the marriage of both, even though this being a step parent, but also the biological parent, who is the member of such a union. And they also will grow closer and more integrated as a family. Not saying that there aren't other issues, other things that need to be resolved, but they're going to do it. And And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. That is where we are heading. No, that's what we already kind of walked through the, traverse this land. We've already made it through. We just continue to go further. We go further into this. Mm-hmm. We go further and further into this growth, time of growth and expansion. So it's amazing. I love it. I love the growth. I love the expansion. And I want to continue on with the journey. It's going to get better and better. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be better. They're going to grow into great people, and as well as their money is going to grow. Yes. And in 2025, those are my clients. Mm-hmm. I've got great clients. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely worth it. Worth my time. So, anyways, I wanted. So I chose to come in to talk about, just to relax, and of course, I have my incoming, my world psychic, prophetic, psychic predictions are coming. They're coming. Just a few more days, because I've got to do it by a particular time, and I needed, to get my next month. I always do my month schedule in advance. So all of December. Hi. Hi, Black Sheep. So all of December is when I'm doing all of my work. So because I always do a month in advance, and I start my work at 3 a.m. in the morning, and all the way till 2 p.m. Now the rest of the world, their time is like 9 a.m. And then when I'm, in my midday, it's 8 p.m. their time. So it works out, just my crazy schedule. Then of course I took on a new psychic contract. So I, work from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. and which I did Monday, and then I'll be doing it today, Tuesday. And then I do Saturday and Sunday for about 4 hours as well. So I have actually expanded my work. Oh, yes. And I work all of the month except for 3 days of the following month. So I like to take 3 days away. But the first 5 days of the following month I work. So that's a total of, depending on, like, if it's 30 days in a month, then that's 35 days and I'm not late. Or 36 days. Or, well, no, 36 days and I'm not late. Or however it would go if it's February, just 5 days added on to 28 or 29 days. And then I'll take 3 days to myself and kind of just revamp and recoup, and then I'm back at it again. So yeah. So I roughly have shy of, I want to say 3 weeks left of work to do before I take a break. I haven't figured out, because I have a feeling that my new job is gonna be like somehow it's gonna like cross over into my off days. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta like be mindful that on certain days, like, well, luckily I've been mapping out like week by week, so I can kind of work around that when time comes. Move the dates around if I need to, so that I can have the 3 days away. Because since I do the majority of my hours in the first 2 days of each week, and then I do the additional. And I'm telling you, my clients are amazing. I love them so much. If I don't want to say it high, but I want to say it again. Uh, Black sheep high. I want to be clear. I did say high. I did say hello. Mm-hmm. And I'm I'm just in amazement right now. I'm just rested in my space and my energy and my power, and my power as in my ability to service and do the work, the work of the light worker, and work professionally. You know, um, I did, street psychics. I'm not a street spiritualist. I am an expert professional. I'm in the industry. I'm an industry psychic, and you can't take away the brat out of the industry. You can't. They tried it, and just, always reverted back to like, I know I can do better. I know I can do better. And this year, like so many people I'm making predictions for, I know this year is a launch year. People's worlds and lives are opening up, and they're not the only one, as is mine. As is mine. And I'm going to support them too. And like I said, people who are like, I don't know, I'm older, I'm 50 plus, and I just feel like the younger people are coming for me. I'm just like, I'm trying to watch my blood pressure. I couldn't even go to work in today. I'm like, contact me. Like, let's take that energy, and we're like, stress what? High blood pressure who? Like, stressed out over who? Over what and why? Like, yeah, these wings are different. I've got wings, and these wings are different. I'm a 5-star psychic. So there's 5 celebrity psychics, and each of them a star. And it's a knit group of us who work with the clients, because they when they are not accessible because they're doing famous psychic things, I'm entrusted to to read in their stead. Hmm. And the clients let me know, oh yeah, you're in such and such group. They are always good. So I'm here like different uh, famous psychics, but each client, I guess, have their go to, their favorite. So yeah, so it's like I'm getting hit in 5 different angles, sides, and then some customers have said, "Oh, you're becoming not quite a little bit like well known, aren't you? You're kind of busy, right? You kind of yeah, you've been very busy." Mm-hmm. And then the one that I'm with now in America that just recently started, not to it was actually I sent them. Well, they they reached back out to me like 9 months later. It was October 29th. Excuse me, October 31st, and then on November 1st, the Day of the Dead, I sent everything back, like contracts signed. Like, here you go. Yes, yes, yes. And so it's been wonderful, every like high vibration ever since. And I'm gonna do so much with my channel, for my channel. Trust and believe. I'm gonna do so much. Hmm. I can't wait. That's the goal. That's my intention, by the way. That is my intention. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. So, oh my gosh. I'm always like reading my cards, reading my tarot. Um, I love these modern decks as well. The modern tarot. I love the modern decks. So the modern decks, like, they just help me to open. It feels like my clairvoyancy, all my clairs just go like just out there, like with no restrictions and no restraints. That's why I love working with the modern, but I also love the rigid, like the rigid framing of the traditional and the storytelling of the traditional deck of tarot. I always love my traditional, my roots. I love my roots as a psychic growing up studying the Kabbalah system. Mhm. Yeah. We didn't even realize. So yeah, at the time, I mean, we knew that it was powerful, but we didn't realize actually how powerful that it was. And we didn't realize that as powerful as it is, as covert as it is, so secret, but coveted, definitely was like, oh boy, this is a coveted information that everybody wants their hands on if they can get it. And yeah, I discovered that, but that's when I mean, I'm being so young. I mean, that made the world look gigantic, bigger than how I ever imagined it was. And I was like, now here I am starting on, on bedrock, one, 1A. I'm like, okay. It took my breath away. But I, I love the journey. I love the journey. And that's why I'm so passionate about, making sure that I do this correctly. Because we've had all the opportunity to get it wrong. And now we have all the opportunity to do this correctly. And that's my intentions. I send that out to the universe. Mhm. Yes, that's my intention. Yeah. Highly busy. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Yes. Mm. Amazing. So amazing. Yeah. So I will continue to grow and build my channel. My channel is growing. I am seeing that. I love it. I love the way my channel is growing. It's amazing. Hmm. But I love watching that blue line move. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, another factor. When that blue line doesn't move and you spend hours, or you're like, why didn't that blue line move? But and now I'm like, if it move an hour, I'm like, yay! Like 3 hours here and there, like yay! I'm like snapshotting. I like every time they click over, I snapshot. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I had like so many of them. Then today I was like, I'm like my heel, like, okay, where's your heel at? My heel is at, I can be honest about this, it's 1,300 hours. Yeah, I need 1,300 hours. That's over a course of a year's time of piddling, going live sometimes and not going live in other times, most of the time. So 1300, that's when I think I will get excited because that number will move, and that's sort of like a psychological indicator that, ooh, I'm learning to fit in, or like, okay, like first of all, 1,000 hours in a year's time, let alone 1300. Now, whoa, wait a minute. Now I've broken the 1300 marker. Is it possible for me to actually have the four like the four 3,000 $4,000 watch hours in a year's time? Is it possible? It's like a psychological area. Now, for me, it is because not having seen that blue line move, not even a little bit, regardless if I spend 6 hours, 8 hours. But I don't know, something is just different. In fact, I felt that something had changed with my channel before it even, before I saw all these, then all of a sudden I saw all these blue lines moving. I'm like, what is that? What is it doing? And then I was like, okay, maybe that was just a fluke. And then did it again. I'm like, I'm on the radar. I was like, I'm on the radar. I'm on the radar. So, mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know this is like the third time said mentioning. We are having our first snow. First snow, very sacred, holy. So it's beautiful, and um, mm-hmm. So I am absolutely astounded. Absolutely. I'm like, it's gonna be fantastic. I'm in good high spirits, nourished, just doing the great work that I'm called to do, that I'm meant to do. And I am selected to work with the top companies because at what I do, I am the best of the best. It's not enough just to be the best because there's a whole nother group that's just they're expert and professionals. So that's the group I stand with today. I just arrived. I'm not even 2 weeks old yet, but I'm standing with them. You know, hmm and um, the company with the UK is going excellent. It's going fantastic. I just sent them my um, schedule. Okay, hold on. It was kind of unclear who they wanted, or who they wanted this schedule sent actually. So I sent it to the one that they said send all schedules to, which that's what I was doing to start with. So I'm not sure if, anyways, later on, eventually I probably will send it also to, in case to make sure that they understand. Oh, and I was normally taking my breaks if I wanted one between 8 and 9. But guess eight, that's 8 in the morning. But in their time, it's 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. their time. So I bumped cause okay, so I've been sneaking off to go and get latte, like at 5 a.m. my time. That's when everything opens. And so I said, you know what? When it's 11 a.m. their time, I might as well 11 a.m. I believe to 12 p.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's plenty of time for me to go. I'll take 10 minutes away to go grab a latte. I come back and just because I haven't even been taking my breaks. And besides, people love to call me. I don't know why, but they'll call me right in the break or right before I'm going into break and keep me over. the break. And then it's like, okay, I might as well stay clocked in or logged in, as we say. So then I just said, you know what? I don't really need the break. You know, I just get through the hours go by so quickly, and I'm at home. I'm right now. I'm in break right now. So like, if I weren't here with you all, I'd be like doing my little writing, or mapping out what I'm going to talk about, charts and things like that. I'm like, I have plenty of breaks, break time, which is fantastic because that also indicates that it's a strong indicator that I have plenty of time to actually work with my channel, do things for my YouTube channel. So, yeah, it's becoming very interesting over here. I'm starting to enjoy it a little more because there's activity happening. I'm seeing noticeable rewards. I'm sure I will become more, what do you call it, more structured once I see the other features. Right now, I'm nowhere near to seeing the features that YouTube has to offer. Not yet, but I know I'm gonna get there. I'm looking towards that experience, having that experience. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to go into these upcoming deep topics for with everybody. It's gonna be amazing. These wonderful topics, and I know that people are anticipating, the things I'm going to talk about the world, and there's wonderful things about the world that is upcoming, and I know people are like, hurry up. And I have to also address a clairvoyant from Russia. And oh yeah, which I've already have done videos over. I'm not gonna pull old videos, but I am gonna source myself. I source myself. I am gonna do that. Um, and and see what I haven't even read the article. The moment I saw the face, I saw clairvoyance. I was like, huh, Russia. Then I saw like, oh boy. And then I went and read the headline. I was like, that's gonna be a good one. As they put it to the side. Oh yeah, I'm definitely on that. Um, so I have that one, and so that's one, two. There's another one. That's a bit of a secret because I haven't really. I don't think I've shared it. Like there. Well, first of all, I know. I need to do the three that I said I'm gonna do. Everyone's like, so when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? Don't worry, it's coming. Mm-hmm. I am. I'm gonna do those lives. I haven't forgotten. I know people are like, hurry, 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 hurry. It will happen. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Right. So, mm-hmm. Amazing. It's gonna be beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful day. Mm-hmm. It'll be absolutely amazing. I'm still looking towards or looking for the new journey. This new journey is gonna be insane. A wonderful journey ahead. We're anticipating it. Everything is meant to manifest this week. There's this powerful manifestation going on at the moment. That's what I'm able to, well, that's what I've detected. And what it seems to me, what has happened is that so many, I guess, people have begun receiving the tangible of their life. They're receiving that as we speak. It's in their hands, actually. It's in their hands. So, which that's what we wanted. We wanted they to place their future. Like, no one, no one anymore has one other people's fate in their hands. So, like, your fate is in your own hands. It's in your own hands. So anyway, that was what I was saying before we moved closer into. Now people are like, okay, they're seeking autonomy and independence. They're seeking it. That's what they want. And I think it's going to be amazing in their journey. That's what I think. I think that it's going to bring about more or less in the collective. The collective as in so many groups or people, I would say, that are soul group. They have the soul group, they're highly plugged in, highly connected, and they feel like they have all of life ahead of them. They have life ahead of them. They have so much life to give. And they're doing it at a level, at a height where they're like, can they even go any further? And universe is like, you have the same energy, and the way that the amount of time that you're going to spend, the energy you're going to spend in doing it back when people blocked you or when obstacles were in the way, is the same energy without the blocks, without the obstacles, without the people in the way that would normally keep you from achieving these aims. And so explaining that to people and like, you're like, really? Like, yes, really, truly. It's a beautiful thing. Don't think anything shy of it. Don't think anything less. Always know there's something greater for you. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't. So I'm helping people get out of that mindset and pursue the things that they want to pursue. You want to pursue something important for yourself, don't allow anyone to hold you back from that. Don't know that you do not possess the power anymore to keep someone else's fate in your hands, other person's fate in your hands. That's beyond you. You have the ability. You have the power. You are over your own fate, your own destiny, and then in your own destiny, you find your life path and you stay on it. You keep your life path and you stand firmly in your life path. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So that's how I view it. That's how I think of it. Mm-hmm. Whoops. Okay. So, yeah, there's always new um, insight, new predictions coming up. Always. It's always going to be beautiful predictions. Mm-hmm. These predictions, they're psychic predictions. When they come to pass, people are like, they come back and they say, I in my wildest dreams, I didn't even think that this was an option. Like telling people something that they're not even thinking about at the time. And then years later, they said, when you introduced this, say what I was going to be doing, I hadn't even thought about it. That even what I was doing when I met you. It's like, okay. And then it happens. It happened. I love those readings. I love when people reach out to me and express that. And I love when people say, when they think that, oh, I was sure it was going to be opposite of what you're saying, and it's like, oh, I hope you're right, and then it all works out, it all makes sense, and it comes together just as in their mind that they wanted to. I love readings like that. Beautiful readings. So how many hours? Oh yeah. So I have like, about an hour and 45 minutes. We're gonna get the job done. We're gonna get it done. What day? Oh, okay, so it's what day is it? It's a six. Right now, I just feel like I'm on top of everything. It just feels good too. Mm-hmm. So the the new year also. Okay, so the new year is about. It's the age of. Well, I always call it the year of. Let's go back to or we know the age of Aquarius, of the Great Awakening, etc. But the year, this is the year of resources. We talk about that all the time. But yes, it's winding down. We only have rough. They're already asking for my last month's schedule, which I have sent them now. Yeah, they just received it. Uh, so the year of the human heart, which is really about people. So in the new year, it's going to be about people. It's going to be about it's going to be about, let's see, oh gosh, the human heart, soulmates, twin flames, and deeper partnerships. And oh, soul tribes. So we can't forget about that. Soul tribes. Now, there's that, but also this year has been about autonomy and independence. It's been a year of resources and very dense year. This is a year where people started, founding their own direction, and of course, it to have the structures by now and manifested while we're being celebrated, while in the month of November, because the big launch, it's already in essence moving, right? Because you have the structures, but the launch. So we're talking also about business launches, actually, independent ones in 2025, in addition to being the year of the human heart, which, by the way, business launch, and you have to, I mean, businesses working with people and working with maybe a particular group of people, that's the soul tribe, or if you're dynamic and you're working with someone who's a partner, etc. 2025 deals with all of that. So yes, we're going to be doing wonderful readings. I'm going to enjoy those readings. Those readings, I have a feeling, going to be like readings of prosperity, is what I believe. Those readings are prosperous readings. Readings in prosperity and abundance and growth. That's what those readings are going to be about. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to enjoy it. I will enjoy those readings. Absolutely. Those readings are, I know, um, I'll be working with people who said, okay, now that the business is launched, now that the business has the traffic that I wanted, now how do I like, because this is what we're talking about. They're at a level, they're at a high level, first of all, to scale up. Like people go, basically, how does one scale up? Okay, so you can start at the foundation level and start building something for you. But we're talking about select group of people who are excellent at what they do. They're like grade A at what they do. And then they go to a plateau. And then they from the plateau, the accelerated level, they then begin to build and they launch something anew. Even a business owner is launching in this context. Hmm. I was speaking with a client uh, just hours ago who is didn't really recognize what's going on, and I was having so much fun filling her in. And oh yes, I'm gonna. But she keeps working with me. I'm gonna have her in tip top shape. She owns several businesses out there in California, strip malls and so forth, and real estate and things of that nature. And you know, and it's just kind of like it runs its own. But she keeps talking with me. I'm like filling her in, like what the new year represents. She's like, we talked about Pluto and being the planet of the banking and money and things like that. And she's like, really? That it's a major planet. It's not a dwarf planet. It's not also it's not a planet at all. It's a major planet on classification, and it is It's an honored planet. So the first planet honorary of being first listed of a very special class of planets that have their own make what makes them amazing. Hmm. And it also signifies that we have 13 signs, which there's a work that she's going to do on the 28th. I said that's fantastic because it happens to be on the cusp of a ficus, the next sign over. Not Sagittarius, no, no, no. Or still Scorpio, no, no. It's Ophiuchus, 13th sign, which is on the, 28th is the cusp of 29th, on the 29th. So beautiful. So that was like in sync. It's like, and I was like in awe. I was like sitting there. I was like in this space. I was like spacing out. I was like, whoa, what was that? Like that was like a true connection. That was a real connection right there. And that's how you like that is connection. That's what I want more of. I want that kind of connection with clients. And I'm telling you, this space I'm in, this like the clients are so lovely. They're so beautiful and so generous and kind and patient. And they always they start out with, I appreciate your honesty, or I want your honest, opinion, like your honest reading. I love that. That they say, in other words, like, I wish I had your honesty. So, don't worry. Our reading is going to be excellent together, and you'll see the things that I say come to pass. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm always building on that. Always a reason to build more and more and more. Bam. Okay, so making sure that I love shuffling the cards. When I shuffle the cards, it's like I go into meditation. So like I'm literally meditating. As like when I shuffle cards, it's like immediate. Like my mind just starts to relax, and I just start shuffling the cards. And of course, as you know, I was doing a chat, so and I was doing it live, and yes, I'm still shuffling the cards, but I'm multitasking. I'm shuffling the cards and laying them out and chatting, answering questions. You know, a little bit of everything simultaneous, multitasking. So yes, like whenever a person contacts me, and the question is, do you even have cards? Yes, I have cards, and I use them. I work with them, and I am like, can you not? I'm like, can you not hear the cards shuffling? Right, see, here they are. I'm shuffling. I'm like laying them out on the table. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a beautiful day. My goodness. So making sure that, whoops, whoops, there we go. Just make sure the cards are nice and neat. Whoops. Whoa. Okay. All right. Um, whoops. So, whoa. Nice and, yeah, a ficus is on its way. That is November 29th. So I'm actually sharing my incoming visions about the live streams that I have in essence in process. I am going to do those, yes, and they're going to be more favorably like those are going to be more of like what's going on in the world. That's where they're coming from. They're everything to do with the world. And but it's supposed to go like a story. So and I'm still getting additional informations or pieces. So I have to structure it in such a way that there's like a storyline. It has to make sense as I'm releasing the information. So I'm like a chronological ordering. So that's what I'm sort of doing. And I have a like I don't know why I keep thinking I have three. Because I have one I think that either it's unlisted, I haven't shared it yet, or I created the thumbnail. Oh yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Hold on. There is three. Actually, there's a few. There's a few things that I needed to talk about. That's additional because I have to talk because we're talking about world events here. So there is additional parts. That's why I keep racking my brain on this. That's why I keep going over and over this again. Because yes, I need to talk about also Ukraine, Zelensky. The next ones are about, I believe, Putin, Zelensky, Kim Jong Un, and Trump. So I've got to talk about them and what I see, what I've been shown. And then there's one specifically that's just for Zelensky, and maybe Zelensky and Putin. But I probably can cover Putin just in, because I think there's one even strictly for, oh yeah, 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 there is. There's one strictly for Putin as well. Yep, so there are a few, okay. Come to think of it. Okay, it's coming back to me. I think, well, see, okay, I didn't know how to keep everything in order. How I keep it in order, I had to create a thumbnail. So I'm like remembering the thumbnail. That's literally how everything is in order. Like, okay, how do you know what's in order? And I just know, like, okay, which story should happen first, which live I should do first, and then kind of create an order where it tells a story. So that's what's going on at the moment, which, yeah, is absolutely how it plays out. And I continue to grow and create this wonderful space and create the blossoming of the future. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be quite beautiful. Everything coming together. When I'm reading for people, I love to read where they say, so in your reading, you read at the highest vibrations. I even have a method, even though I read high vibrationally, I even have a method that I say, okay, we're going to take a look at your higher vibration. They're like, aren't we already operating at my highest vibration? I'm like, hold on, we need to see what's coming to you. And so, yeah, so I have a very specific method for that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. And then, sometimes people will, like I'm noticing that some people, they know what they're trying to ask. Sometimes I have to like rephrase the question, which I do explain to them. I heard everything they're saying, but we need to get a real answer, a stronger answer, and I know exactly how to pose your question to the guides. So yeah, I've done that, and actually that's worked out quite well. They actually said thank you, like they've appreciated that when I've taken charge and let them know that I think we're asking the wrong questions. So let's ask it this way. We need to know why, because then I can answer the other parts. So yeah, that's the way that I, more or less have been working with people who are like I just need to know why this is happening the way it is. And they're asking all these questions, and they're like just firing these questions. I'm like, we can get to the bottom, like, because I just like leap ahead. This is what you really want to know, but you're saying all these things to get there, but we need to get there fast because we don't have too much time together. So, and all I heard was thank you. So that is my new way of dealing with that. Like, oh, okay, I know what you're trying to get to. Let me help you out a bit. That's the way I'm in my brain. I'm like, that's how we're thinking about it. So, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very beautiful. So what is next is when people try, I believe, uh, to move their vision forward, because there's a group where that kind of lets me know that the vision is kind of like the vehicle, because there are people that are like, I'm not thinking about relationships right now. I'm not thinking about relationships, but they're like 1,000%, committed to their career. And I believe, even though they're saying that right now, their their commitment to their life journey is taking them or bringing them to um, different partnerships, including potential relationship partnerships, potentially. So that lets me know that this is, and besides, most of the year has been about preparing for people in their great launch as well. And then it's like the closer that I was getting to October, well, for me, it was like mid July, but October for others, like people were like feeling like either they were pulling away from somebody, or someone is pulling away from them. And then like why are they themselves pulling towards somebody? But even the other person who's, as you say, pulling away is pulling towards somebody. Like, how is that working? And but of course there are celebrated, I would say, soul connections, but those soul connections are noticed in, well, they were noticed as early as in October, and then manifested themselves in November month. And then people are like, so how long is this gonna last? Is it a lasting connection, or is it just for, because it's the end of the year? So some people are actually, they're crossing over together. So there is that group as well. Oh yeah, so it's all, so I'm reading the whole scenario. Like people who are, I know the group who are pulling away from people. I know the group who's pulling away with people, and then the group that's pulling towards people. So that's the way I've been reading so far. And high accuracy. High accuracy. So always continue to develop and grow and be very much a part of life, and stay connected with people. Stay connected. I know I've got some shy clients as well, but the new year, all I was smiling when a client said, "I don't know, I'm shy." I'm like, because in fact, the nature of their goal, it requires them to be very much extroverted. And I just felt the need to keep saying it. And eventually, they just said, "Okay, I'm shy. This is that. Okay, okay, we got it. Now we understand. We gotta get used to it because this is something that's your path." And she promised that she would. So, book author. She writes the book. But I foresaw that actually writing books is her life purpose. It's something that means a great deal to her, something that she genuinely believes that she's meant to be doing, and she is going to do it. Okay, what are they going to have me talk? Break them all. Welcome, it's a pleasure. I'm Donald. A pleasure. A pleasure. Welcome. Donald here. So are you here for a psychic reading? Fantastic. And of course, the way that I read is I like to work with questions and things of all that nature. And so if you do have questions, we can begin there. Not a problem at all. Okay. Well, let's take a look at things and see what we gather here. The guides here share with us that I'm seeing new beginnings, but you also are welcoming in new challenges, is what I'm picking up on. New challenges, okay? That's the words that they say, but you know this comes with bringing on the new level. And there's going to be new challenges when you take on things that are a new or new territory. And I also like the idea that, um, oh my gosh, now, there is something else, like a decision that needed to happen at the meanwhile. Like something is in the balance, a decision needed to take place, something that is of relevance. I keep getting this sort of office-like setting or something that's being handed down, something that maybe I've been going back and forth or in talks about, but something that's being accepted, like something is being accepted. And it gives me good news, in other words, that I have the ability or I'm going to be given what I need, the support I need to do the thing that I want to do, the process that I need to do, the project or the work I need to do, career wise. But it's like you're meant to get this confirmation very so soon that it's meant to happen like this week or into the next week. Like what like the remaining days of November particularly. I want to share that. And the guys say that okay, so now they did say play it cool because it may not things may not be as they appear. There's actually an offer on its way, and that's the destiny. Like sometimes it feels like, well, it's either shut down or bleak or that we're out of sight, out of mind. But they're saying, no, 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 no. There is something that is being presented to you. I believe. I keep saying offer, but I mean that's my terminology. But I think it's something that allows for you to get more invested in with work. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Right. Good. Good. It's good to be truthful. Okay. So let's read at our highest vibration now that we know that it's your destiny to get this. Like you said, something's in a balance. You're waiting. You just need the answer. We know that well, psychically, we say the answer is a yes. It's going to happen, and you're going to know within this week's time, or at least in the first, or in the remainder days of November. You're going to know very soon, in other words. But let's now take a look at the highest vibration, what to expect from this. They're letting you know already that I love it, I love it, I love it. They said that yes, you are going to be, as you say, delivered out of your current situation. It's this path you're taking on is very honest. You're very honest. And my guy says that you actually going to feel like you're living again. You're living for yourself, and you like you said, like now you're figuring out how to juggle it all. And by the way, I got confirmation that you do cross over into the new job description that is, into the new company, and there's a plan. Like you are a planner, and also you're growing. Like okay, yes, it's stressful, and you need to get out of there, right? Like you told me that, but I also see that you've grown a lot, and you just need like you're ready to be in a perfect situation where you can do the work that you love to do. You really like to help people. That's what I'm looking at. But you don't want to settle. You want to help, but you don't want to settle. Like, oh my gosh, I'm helping and giving, but I have to settle for this. You're like, I can't do it. Like, there's so much like great work that you can like give to for a company than to settle, because you really love working and helping people, but you don't want to just be mystery like you said, settle for less, and you won't have to. You're not gonna have to. I love saying that to you. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely. And what it's come down to, like you said, it's well, you've made a decision that you really want to do. You've already said yes to the calling. You've already said yes. And now it's you're going to be surprised that this current situation that's a bit of a conflict, that's kind of halted you a bit, it's going to lift. And I know it's a bit unseen. It's like your eyes are closed or blindfolded, but it's going to take off so quickly. I want to say December, and then that's when you're going to finally be able to say what you need to say. Because it's going to be activated, and you're going to begin exploring the areas of life that you want in terms of the new career. I mean, the new career direction, doing exactly the nature of the work that you want to do, and that helping people. The job that you're going for actually is they say promising in the month of December. It has a lot to do with as you're also bringing in 2025, like you're transitioning into this role, right, into December. First of all, you got to say that, make sure that's clear, into December, but transitioning, bringing the new year in this new job where you're, yeah, right, transitioning, moving into that space. And I see success there. I see you so happy exploring all that you're going to have, your abilities to grow in this space of, certainly you say, helping people. You will have the ability to do it. It's going to be amazing. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, 1,000%. Yes. You will go through that archway. You will go through the archway, and like you said, and you're not looking back. You're going to go through there, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to be so happy that you made that decision. I can tell. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. You're going to be an inspired. You're going to inspire others to follow pursuit. Right, and you're going to experience the growth of a lifetime. You're going to say, "Oh my gosh, look at the difference." Mhm. Okay, indeed, it's beautiful to hear. That is your true calling. That is your gift. Mhm. Certainly. Let's take a look here. So the guides here illustrate that it will happen. And I even believe that this life path, this special calling, is going to be where the love of your life, genuine love of your life, it will be located. Where it will be found, is what I can see. Oh yeah, they're illustrating office partnership and brainstorming or coming up with ideas, like management back and forth, home. There's connection to even each other's home, Maybe that there's work being done from home remotely. It's like you two end up becoming very much entangled. Is as the story is being written. There's a lot of entanglement. And in the emotional realm, they said this is the right way to deal with 2025 is going to be very much about emotions and, like you said, the true love of your life. And it's going to be, what do you call it? It's going to be excellent. It's going to be fine. I get the sense that your relationship is going to be very mature and very caring and loving, but also open. I want to say that. I know that it sounds kind of funny. It's like, wait a minute, we also work together? It's like, yeah, you're going to meet in this space, but it's so mature and advanced and sophisticated that it's not a thing. There's not a lot of words, about it, on the floor. Not at all. hmm hmm Right. Right, because you're attracting the right person in the right context, the right energy. Like you said, you want someone who is caring and there and for you, supportive and sharing and loving. If everyone around you is just being very misogynistic and domineering and just outright just unrealistic, and that's the pool. And you're naturally rejecting all of those, like, those people. Not that they wouldn't bite if you offered, but you're like, no, no, I'm sending. This is what I want, and universe is responding to you. Universe is saying, yeah, we're responding to you. We're gonna get you the right person. That's what universe is saying. Right. Of course. Of course. I just wanted to let you know that not only are you going in the right way, not only do you have a wonderful gift we really talked about, but I also get the sense that your friend circle is going to become very, like, much more closer. Like, how close can you get, right? But I think that these are your lifelong friends. There's no mistakes here. No mistaking these friends. These are their lifelong soul, soul family. These are your soul family. And I think that that is beautiful to know, bringing in the new year of people. It's all about people. And that's why you're going to flourish. That's why you will flourish and excel and actually feel like you have, like, in your heart, you're going to feel good about what you're doing. hmm it is. It is because it's anything could go off hitch, but what's so beautiful about this path that today this path is so clear. Like, the people who would stand in the way of it, they're not on the path, and the obstacles are not there either. You have a very clear path, and the people on the other side ready to meet you, they can see you clearly. They're not blocked either. Because sometimes people say, well, maybe they're blocked on their end. No one's blocked. You're not blocked. They're not blocked. You could, both can clearly acknowledge each other, and it's time. You two are moving. Everyone is moving towards each other in the what context of the career direction you're moving towards, the company, the people themselves. There, it's going to be beautiful. You're going to find. I like the fact that you're discovering this early. Like, again, every time I talk about this area, I always get November this month, 2024. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Yes. And will. And will. And the hiring process is going to be quick. It's going to be pretty fast. We know December. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay. pleasure. I will remember our conversations, I promise. I will remember. Uh-huh. Yes, I love that. I'm gonna be laughing. Like, we did it. Yes. Mm-hmm. A pleasure. Aren't we? Mhm. Indeed. Oh my gosh. Such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. Mm-hmm. Gosh, lovely people. So lovely. My gosh. They're just in a wonderful place. I mean, they have the best space, of consciousness. And right now, they're quite capable of doing the things that they're meant to do in life. They can do it. It's not nothing there's nothing that they cannot do. They can do it. And things to work out for them just fine. It's beautiful. So, anyways, we'll definitely continue on with that journey. Mm. So, mm-hmm. Yes. This is good. So this means that people are, again, people with the independence, autonomy, they're still seeking that. They're still in the process of pursuing this space. And I'm so honored. I'm in a position to guiding them in this direction, in this space. People who are like at their wits end, they don't know, and they gotta get out of those positions that they're in. They've got to. It's like it's a matter of life. It's a matter of health. My goodness. We cannot fail. We cannot, there's no way. We cannot fail. But I also like that one because, yeah, they're okay with the idea of new relationships. I love it when people are open minded and not so caught up in their past. Mhm. Mhm. Oh my goodness. So let's see. Um, whoops. Make sure. So it's like a lot of growth here. Growth. Um, like people work out their karma, they don't even realize it, or they're working off, or that as they're working and they're sending to the universe what they want, and don't even realize it, and like they're shocked as I'm mentioning these things to them. I'm like, listen, you're ready. You're now ready for this new journey. Let's get going. Very generous. Like people going through all they're going through, plus they are paying for their reading, by the way, and they're taking the time out, and saying, like, I only wish you the best, and things work out for you, as and, you have an amazing, so I'm like, don't worry, you're gonna be just fine. You'll see. We'll be we'll be really bringing this together. We're gonna bring this together. It'll come together. It'll be nice. You'll be happy, and it's gonna be in the right way, in the right context, and people will truly be enjoying their life. Their life will be enjoyed. And they will celebrate, by the way. Yeah, that's another one. They are going to celebrate 2024. November is month of celebration. Celebrate. Take the time to celebrate your journey. That's what we must all do. Celebrating is highly favorable. So, yeah, pretty much the clients are realizing in the midst of their celebration what what their path truly means. It means that this is a lifelong journey for them. This path is lifelong, and in the direction that they're electing to go, as the options expand, they they're finding that it's living that life is really important to them, and that they are now more mindful than ever. That goes along with what I've been saying all along: independence, people looking for their autonomy, things like that. That's really important for them, to have that experience. I love when people, their industries, like they're in one industry, but they also are like considering another industry. Like they branch out or move into another space completely. That's always good. That's always a good thing. Mhm. Yeah. So, whoops. So what is next? So I think what's going on now, or what's next, is that we have a few people um, who are actually making like these life changes. They're not a small feat, because usually people are almost like very leery. I mean, unless they like so like this is desperate, like desperately want to, like there's a reason or a person is who they know is waiting for them, on this other side of the or higher up tier. I've called it also a plateau. But I'm finding that people are moving up the way a little easier. It's like the closer that we reach to the end of 2024, like people are a little bit more open to experiencing the journey of transitioning, transcending. They're okay with it. So I like that as well. So I'm going to keep them there. Keep them in that space, please. Yeah. Gotta keep them in that space. Hmm. So yes, I love modern day deck of cards. I'm gonna get more of them actually. I'm gonna definitely, now that I've picked up my new contract, I'm definitely gonna get. There are special um, they're Rider-Waite tarot cards, but they took an I the artist took a very interesting concept, and just like astrology, like when you think of, now that we've got 13 signs, that mean that you're part, Scorpio, and or maybe you're part, what they call it, part Virgo, part Scorpio or something. So anyway, the tarot cards, they look like they sort of blend, like you can see aspects of two tarot cards in one. So I love that, like kind of like they turn the dial, like like I would say that'd be 30% into the next card. Or like, mm. So I can't wait to explore that deck. I think it'll be interesting to hear the concepts and the metaphysical. What is their take on the metaphysical reasoning in that? So yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna get those cards, but I'm also gonna get more of these. I love these by this particular. Yeah, I call them modern deck of tarot. It's like they're like some of them have like 80 to 100 cards. um and the imageries are just, they're very modern, and often have like real, like these are real people. um and it does a great deal for my natural clairvoyancy. I just like it because it's modern, and so it's like I can like contemporary. I can explain to people the things that I need to say to them, versus reading with them in the traditional, which traditional. Yes, my clairvoyancy, claircognizance is all there, but I will sometimes use like language that people are not always familiar, or I think like, okay, so why would you say this language? Okay, so this is why, this is what it means, and this is what it means for you. So so I like the modern deck because I can go straight to it, but this keeps enhancing my knowledge, my wisdom to do the reading, including reading the modern deck. So I use them interchangeably. And also I like to use, well, I can get time frames, of course, psychically, but I also like to use the cards to like figure out times and dates and so forth. So that's how I work. I always do that. So I'm having amazing readings today. These readings and reading these clients are like amazing. They're so, they've just been so kind. hmm So yeah, I can't wait till I know this evening is going to be crazy because the clients are picking up, but I'm finding that people really like to chat. They really like chatting with me. I'm having more chat readings than than like phone readings actually. And I haven't had any video readings yet. And also what I like is that everything is like all across the board, because yeah, they're like other companies I work with, they're like, yeah, this much for this and this much for that. And this one is like, period. That's why I love it. Uh, Side Foley, I just saw you online. I know, but you've been on a long time. Right. Well, that's because I'm on for uh because okay, so I'm working right now. I like to come in and just go live and start working. So I'm working, and and talking from time to time, and working. I like to work in front of the camera live, so you all can see how psychics work. So you can see how I work. Also took up a new contract, so I'm very busy these days. And I've already sent in my holiday, which is December, because I always send a month in advance of my schedule, and I start from 3 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's 8 a.m., the worst of the world's time, to 8 p.m. So they're already telling me, have a good evening. And but it's just now like noon literally, but I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. We're gonna have a great evening. Yeah. But it's really they're the ones having enjoying their evening. And so I had to explain that to them because they're like, you know, 'cause in their mind, I think that they were thinking that I was on their schedule, and I was like, because in their world, I'd be there all day and like into the night. Like, when do you have time for yourself? I'm like, no, no, no. Let me explain something to you. I start very early, like, and then I can then in fact, I noticed that I've been breaking away to go get like caramel macchiatos like around like 5 a.m. So which if it's 5 a.m., that's 11 a.m. their time. It's tea time their time. So I'm like, well, what I'll do is I will start actually at 5 a.m. I will then take a like a 5 or 10 minute break because I don't really take breaks because I'm at home. Like I'm good. Like I'm at home. I'm like right now. This is a break. So it's not like I'm running around putting things on shelves or something. You know. So so I don't really take breaks, but whenever I wanted to, but I'm on um, like for all those hours, and then sometimes I've been generous to do a little extra for them in the like in the evening, which would be more like their late hour shifts because some psychics are like calling in. Oh my gosh, you're calling in? Oh my gosh, why? So also I work every day and I'm not late. I work every single day at least. So I work the entire month and then I work 5 additional days into the following month. So if there's 31 days in a month, I work all of 31 days from 3 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then I work the first 5 days from 3 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then I take 3 days off on the 6th through the 8th. And then I come back on the 9th. So I've taken up yet a huge contract, bigger contract than all of the ones I've ever worked with combined and combined in every sense of it: loyalty, love, acceptance, all of it. And yeah, it's gonna get it's things are getting busy over there for me as well. And I do that one from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning. So that means, okay, so I do that on Mondays and Tuesdays. So that means from 6 p.m. I work to 12 a.m. Then I went and I stayed up 2 hours. And then around like 2 o'clock, I slipped into a little whatever. Woke up at 2:50, 2:54, and got to work at 3 a.m. So 3 hours to get back to work to 2 p.m. in the evening. So that's my Monday, Tuesday schedule. And then on the weekend, I do 4 hours. I do like from 6 to 9 on Saturday and Sunday. So that's my new schedule, which then of course, figuring out like the best time, like, I like to go live. Well, if you'll excuse me, I don't like to rush. Welcome, it's a pleasure. I'm Psychic Donald, a pleasure answering your questions today. Oh, hi. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, have a great day. Hello. Welcome. It's a pleasure answering your questions today. I know you have a lot on your mind, and of course, I do work with questions. I'm also straight to the point. I like to get started very quickly, connect very quickly. So, what areas that you're interested in? Okay. Well, let's take a look and see what the guides here illustrating for you. So the guides are letting you know this. Oh, well, let's back up for a second. I don't want to run off ahead of you, and you not understand what I'm saying. If you want to, you can ask a very specific questions for your guides, and then your guides will then give me an answer to channel to you. If you want to do it that way, if that will make more sense to you. Hmm. Okay, let's start there. Let's start there. Okay, now this is my expertise. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna be gentle. Whatever the answers are. All right. So what I could share with you is this: the guides are letting us know that I do see healing. I do see some efforts here. There, I mean, I sense that whatever he's got going on, what he wants to do, he absolutely wants to do some things with you. I think it's more in partnership. I think he's better at partnership, like coming up with ideas, how he and you can work together. But there is something that's off about him. I do see where you might second, like, come on, is this guy for real? Because like there's certain expectations, things that you expect him to do he's not right, he's not able to do right, or you don't know if he's really able to do those things. You nailed it, you nailed it. But let me tell you this: the guys say that he and you will attract three, four. Okay, the guy says that he is genuinely open to a relationship. So that's more emotional, and I'm gonna go into another side of the reading, like what will happen in real life. So this was going. So now I got a feeling about him. First of all, I believe he is who he says he is. I do believe he is, trying to find a woman to date. I think he's attracted and wanting, considering dating as a dating option. I think that he genuinely can do the things that he claims to be able to do, but you cannot see those things to validate it, even as I say it. Right? I understand. We want to not abandon common sense. So definitely test him. Test him, right? Test every spirit. So let's see what the guy says. Well, what about real life? How, when, and how is he going to pull this off? The guides say this. Um, it's a test. It's a bit of a test in which it does say that it will, like you said, it's awakening your radar. And but I have a feeling that how this is going to play out, he's going to turn out to be everything that he and you intend to be. And that's going to be the breakthrough. The breakthrough is going to be the fact that he's able to manifest the things that he's actually claiming that he can. By the way, you are going to get your proof, and you want to know when, though, right? The timing on that is in December. In three. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. What I can see is very much that there's telling us um, he's going to be able to show you that he was going to be able to show you, but I'm seeing December when you're going to get a confirmation of who he is. They're illustrating that in the month of December that that's when you're gonna discover in through physical form, through your eyes, that he is exactly who, and he can deliver the things that he's saying, and they can claim that he can. You're going to come across that information in the month of December of 2024 this year. In other words, all I'm saying is he's gonna prove it to you. He's gonna show you. Okay. I didn't catch your question. No, no, that's okay. Remember, we said test every spirit and make them prove it. That's right. You stay doubtful. Right. Don't just let yourself be vulnerable because it's a very delicate situation. He's a man, he's a male in another country, and he's claiming to be bigger than life. Of course, of course. Right? We wanna not abandon common sense. But I'm just, giving you the fair reading, the reading that, well, sometimes it's a possibility that people are who they say they are, and he seems to be very much who he claims to be. At least he does, because I do read people, and there's like a lot of shysters, and I'm like, oh, be leery of this one. This one's a shyster. But this one is different. As much as energy convincing people that they got a shyster on their hands, is as much as energy I'm putting into this guy saying, no, this one is a legit guy. This guy is really what he says he is, and he's gonna prove it to you. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Right? Right. And you're right. Since he's so far advanced, right, you wouldn't need to wait for him very long, right? So that's what I agree with you. So the guys do say that. Now I already kind of skipped ahead a little bit because in my reading, the first reading, it indicated that this is a long term relationship. This connection is long term. So I can already tell that, this is something that would be substantial. This is something that will become something lasting. Did you know, another element to this is where they said that he's going to really prove it to you, like he's going to like fulfill social expectations or relationship expectations. He will be the one to come to you. He's actually going to make his way to you as well. Like he's going to prove to you who he is, one, and then the second one, he is going to be the one to come to you. It's not you having to go to him. He's going to be the one deciding, but he's actually going to fulfill that. He's actually going to achieve, moving in your direction or coming to you. But maybe if it's a visit, I see him travel. He'd be the one to travel to come to see you rather than you go travel to go see him. That's what he's saying. Good. I'm see, there's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. So I'm letting you know that he does have a plan. He does have a plan. He doesn't like to show off in at first because he wants somebody who is genuine with him, to be honest with him. So he's not going to show at first, but then now that he's getting a better feel for you, I think he's going to start showing off a little bit more, showing the things that he possesses in his grasp in the present. He's going to begin showing you a little bit of his life very soon. Still a few weeks, so 2 weeks away. Excuse me, 2 weeks away, roughly, but or short of 2 weeks. But he intends to, Oh, you said it, but is it a long term? Is it lasting? Yes, he is more moving towards something, serious, serious connection, serious relationship. Um, Okay, so in the terms of is a relationship long term? There, first of all, let's answer that one firstly. Yes, I do see beyond, like December, you two still very much in communication into the new year. Okay, now in terms of like when is the next time he and you will speak? I believe he and you are going to speak sometime like very very soon, like this week actually. Like you two will still, carry on the communication as you have. Well, it says here that in the next month over, or that's when he and you are going to be like then he's going to show you, like more like in towards like I believe that would be more like the where he's able to visually show you the things he has going on in his life. Oh, and by the way, the next week over, right? He and you are going to be in communication even more as well. That's the direction that he and you are going to take. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I get the sense that he and you are going to begin your new journey and the doors will open up and you'll find that you have the ability to have that companionship with him. That's what I see as he and you go forward. That's the journey. So what do you do in the meantime, right? There's not much you need to do. You don't have to do anything. In the meanwhile, the only thing you need to do is because it's he that has to prove it to you. He's the one that's got to do all the work. He's the one. So he's the one that does all the work, right? So what this means is this. All you have to do is just let him talk and he's going to eventually share with you or open up with you so much about life, about his life, and it'll just be he and you in communication or talking. When it comes time for him to show you who he is, it's going to be the right timing. That's the way that the on the timeline that is going to go. But that doesn't mean that he and you should not talk. And I mean, you want to say text, I don't care. But what I'm saying is in the next week over, he and you are actually going to be communicating quite often. But this is before he actually shows you, visually shows you that he is who he says he is, and he's truly interested in continuing something to see where things will lead and develop. So I'm just ushering in that information for you so that you can feel more comfortable continuing interacting with him this week and into the next week. Okay? So definitely, so don't write him off. In other words, don't write him off. Keep an open mind about him because I mean, I know you said, well, still a bit doubtful, but what if he actually turns out to be everything you ever wanted from a guy? So that's what I'm saying. Psychically, like I said, if I was getting otherwise, I would give you, I offer my honesty, but I think you're going to be surprised that he actually is a good person. There you go. That's what you're learning today. Very good. Okay. Good luck. Okay. Well, you always can call back. I'm here every single day practically, and I'll still be here if you ever need to call back in and interact with me. Oh, your minutes actually will carry over. So yeah, I don't keep anybody on the phone any longer than I need to answer their questions. But yeah, your minutes will carry over for our next reading. It was a pleasure reading with you. Have a great day. Girl, go find a man and leave me alone. I don't I don't feel nothing for you. You're just a client to me. Okay, so, and I'm only going to read for you the truth. Boom. I don't care about your moral dilemma, and I don't want to be your vampire or your psychic vampire. Anyway, what are you all talking about? I used to center anyone, anywhere in the world, anywhere in the time zone. Well, uh, side, I work for two of the biggest ones, 24/7. That's me. And they, the way that the London and UK, they have receptionists that, because sometimes like they have like it just gets like a punch in, and then a prompt comes up, and a voice, recorded voice says, "You got a call from this person, new, client." Okay, so over there in the UK, an actual receptionist contacts me and says, "We have such and such soldiers that like their birth date and things like that." Mm-hmm. Yeah, like person to person service. You wanted a reading, but you fell asleep. You know what? You wanted a reading, but guess what? I was giving someone else a reading, and then you fell asleep while I was reading someone else. I feel like it wasn't right the time. I wasn't right. Oh, look at Side Foley said. I feel like it just wasn't the right time for you. Can't take it too personal. Hello, spirit is calling. Hello. I totally got that. I hear you. That praises that I've been trying to articulate that the perfect way, but Side Foley, you did it. You answered it perfectly. That's correct. It just wasn't the right time for you. I was reading someone else. It was someone else's turn. Not that I don't want to read for you. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm just so used to people like, look, you just kind of gotta take charge. Like, you want a reading, like, make it happen. Because I'm making it happen. I'm right now I'm working very diligently to be able to provide readings on my YouTube channel. I'm working as quickly as I can. So just when I start actually offering it to you all, like, be ready, be ready. I know you want a reading, and I'm gonna offer it in a few different ways. Like, I'm going to have like member only lives, where people can have readings, because those are for memberships. There are people who say, "Look, I want you all to myself. I don't want to be all up in the membership." And you're like, "Oh, I'm a member, read me. I got a question." Well, I want a straight up traditional reading. I can provide through on the, I mean, in person readings. I know, blah blah blah. But that's travel and all that. Might say, that is more like, you want me to read a group, or you like having a party or something. So like you said, look, I just want a reading for myself, or my spouse and I, or myself and my whomever's, my loved ones, etc. Then I can do that through video. I can chat. I can absolutely chat. I can do phone if you prefer. Yes, I have a phone, have a cell phone, whatever the one, however we're going to make that happen. So, yes, not a problem. I can, oh, by the way, it will be no cost to you anywhere in the world, because all it is just that you hit a link, and on your cell phone, and on the, so that means it will cost you no minutes. You're not even using anything minute worthy. All you need is Wi-Fi. I mean, as long as your your smartphone is functioning, you can reach all the signals in the towers. All you gotta do is click the link, and then you just hit voice, and then we're talking. You don't have to even, or you can put voice and video, and I'll just see you. But yes, it would be private. Also, your that call can be recorded, or the video call can be recorded, either and or both, and sent to you. So yeah, that means, yes, you will be able to like record our conversations and the things that I say, if you choose to have that sent to you, so that you can remember or go back over what was talked about. Okay, hold on, 132. Okay, right. Welcome. It's a pleasure. I'm Psychic Donald. Sure. Okay. A pleasure. Welcome. A pleasure answering your questions. Welcome. Hi. Yes. How would we like to begin our reading? Okay. Well, do you have an area that interests you? But you could talk about heart and love, things like that. And there, like, are you gonna just generally be okay? We can talk about, wellness things. We can make up for where there's lack. Yeah, okay, got you. I'll get started, and then you'll guide me to where you feel comfortable with questions. Okay. All right. Let's start. So what I could see is this. They're illustrating that. Whoa, you're ahead of things. You're already thinking about like months in advance. So I'm picking up on that. Your path number is 4, so you might be thinking 4 months in advance. Like I've been thinking about the new year already, and like February and things like that. And maybe, yeah. Oh, I'm also picking up energy, like changes were happening with you in September, past September 2024. So it's like things energy wise, things are really catching up right now. I think you're getting ready to be quite active, but I also see an initiative your way. Again, with February timing or the time where there's Aquarius elements. So I think that you're going to have like you're soon to be entering a very busy time, is what I want to say. They said that it's initiatives that you will take. But I do see the cadences. It is an emphasis, particularly with this like improvement of one's like maybe their personal wellness in the realm of that health vibration. I do believe that there's more something that like I want to get into life, into maybe the lifestyle, maybe just better wellness or care for self. I do see that in your reading, and that's okay. That's amazing. You've got a nice vibration here that represents the water signs that are healing actually. So it's you putting in all this work and effort into your personal wellness, and that's good. It's an emphasis there. Now I'm also sensing elements of, I don't know if this is like a friend, but it's not a. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a male. It's female. Person's female, and so I think it represents a certain like a friendship of some kind. So that might have something to do with establishing a stronger bond. Or you might find that maybe there's opportunity to have that social element, because they said that you're becoming lively. Like I see you very active, and that also means that you might even like be like the friend might say, "Hey, let's go over here and do this or do something," and you're like, "Well, why not? We might as well. I've got all the energy now." So it's you might feel a little bit of that as well. So I do see a bit of a shift, but a positive, and also supported pace in life. I'm seeing that with you, but especially like I said, and then as we progress through the months. Now, I it's very quickly moving into areas where it's bringing in the men, particularly an older, I would say a distinguished male. Now, there's money elements on either side of him. And then I see connections, like bias, maybe by association with you or to yourself. And I think that this has a great deal to do with it depends on what your intentions are. Because sometimes I see you walking on a very clear paved road, like the path is paved for you. And you're very confident, but you're cautious, also very much alert. And I have a sense that this person, man, is connected to you in some way. Some door is going to be open. They're referencing that will work with you in some capacity into the new year, like an alliance. I see an alliance being forged again with the whole February vibration, the Uranus. That is definitely Aquarius. That's definitely February 2025. You have you have a great friend that's going to be near you, but also an alliance that's connecting to you as well. So okay, so that's more of a traditional reading, just to kind of see what's going on. What you maybe you have things you have to look towards. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to see what's going on in the world. Like, should you be doing in November? I know we kind of went out there a little bit, I didn't know it was going to talk so much about these months, but they said, yeah, particularly February month is very special. Okay, um, so let's see what goes on in the currents. They're letting us know that you will, um, gosh, what? No, I don't need to know that. This is seemingly, it keeps mentioning about something like a test. Okay, so no, okay, forget it. They won't go past, won't move past the tests. Okay, so they're saying that this year, okay, so there was a test that would have under something about either something that was to see if something is compatible or how see something how incompatible something was, or to see something that whether if it would work or not, like if it would go through. But it seemed like it by it not going through, it's favorable for us. Like that's good news. Like something didn't pass or something was not embraced or accepted, like something that like we're being challenged, but the other team lost. It feels like I'm getting good news. I'm celebrating a victory. But yeah, somebody lost, but it's a victory for me because I'm on the opposite end of it. So we definitely want to be on the winning end. And I'm seeing that as we're wrapping up November, actually. So it's something working to your favor is what I want to share with you. But it's very unique to the circumstance, is where its kind of details are at. They did say that this would also be something that's come like circled back. So you're gonna find that maybe certain people are getting their just desserts. You're like, oh, it's like time has finally caught up with them. So it's kind of a bit of that, the feeling of being kind of maybe pulled up all the time, that people are trying to always pull your card. It's kind of that kind of bit, I believe. But yeah, like challenges or excuse me, people who are challenging you in your November is going to be more favorable for you. You're going to find you're beginning to pull ahead. In other words, that's what's going on in the real time. They also mention that okay, friendship. Oh my gosh. Okay, strong connection. No, they said that you will not hold. There won't be any holding over of like what do you call it? Like holding any kind of energy or sentiment based on like some breakaway of connections. So there might. I also feel want to say, gosh, I know you're having to break away or you're releasing energy. Like energy is breaking off of you currently, and that's why I also believe why your health is spiking upward, because some people's energy who's been pulling on your energy is breaking away off of you. So you're starting to maybe even think and vibrate higher and therefore healthier, because they're also saying, well, I feel it's like, well, I feel bad about our friendship breaking off. It's like, no. You're gonna have the one that we mentioned earlier, but that's a different conversation. This is a very specific one. This is like, yeah, someone is falling away from us, but it's like, thank goodness, because they were affecting our energy. They were bringing us down. And so I see you actually being brought up because they've gone away. And that might be that connection to September you talked about earlier in the vision. They might have something to maybe think about that later, like where who would that apply to and where that's coming from. So like people maybe have stepped away, longer periods of time. You haven't heard from them for a while. There's a reason, and there's a reason why you feel better too. So add that as well to thoughts. And then let's look at the emotional space. I love the inside realm. This is more like what's going on, like things that are inwardly oriented. Oh, if you have questions at any time, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will answer them as quickly as I can. So this is what, yes, go ahead. Mm, okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. I get the sense, well, they told me that there's an older distinguished man that's in your path in the first reading. And I have a feeling that they said that the path would be clear for you. that he has a strong connection. And you're going to be able to actually work with him in the new year. There you go, just before time ran out. It's a pleasure. Have a great day. Thank you. Right. I know. Oh, I never tell how. I don't know because I spirit just talks. I know you didn't ask. I know you didn't ask. Well, that's why we're psychic. That's what psychic means to me. About to tell me any answers. It's a pleasure. Oh my, you're so funny. I will remember your call. Don't worry. I will remember you. I promise. Have a great day. Oh my gosh. She was like, how did you do that? Like, I know all you're talking about. Like, they were like, oh, just read me. They didn't give me an area to read. Just start reading. Like, how many people can do that? I mean, can you all do that? I don't know. I do that. I do it just fine. I do it well. I do it confidently. Like there are like confident mathematicians. I'm confident at reading the tarot. I'm confident at being psychic. Like people are like, how did you know that? You know that? Like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, amazing. That's the way that I work. I mean, that's how I do it. I know how. I just know how to do it. Yeah, I'm very good at it. Hmm. That is amazing. Like, I mean, I'm not amazed by it, but I guess I'm still connected to her. She's like, that was amazing. But it's like you read that like that. Didn't ask like because sometimes people even though I offer because especially if a person's not sure if I like they're gonna be very like they're confused they or like they're just going through so much and they're just be like hearing me a stranger just blaring out things to them and like I don't even know what you're talking about like like, I'm all emotional all over the place so then I'll like have them focus on a subject but sometimes people are like I don't know, like if they start, I've known to say, well, I don't know, you choose. So she's like, I know you can't talk about this, talk about that. Like, look, we can do many things. Let's just start. Then I just start. Well, let's just start reading and see what comes up, and then all of this information just starts coming up. Like, whoa, yeah. The older man, that's her dad. Yeah, that's her dad. Hmm. That's her dad. And and the friendships and the breaking away of energy. She was like, yeah, the breakaway. I'm feeling all of that at the end, by the way, nearly 10 minutes at the end of our 10 minutes. So now you all are like, first of all, you people get, okay, psychology says that it used to be you within the first 2 minutes to get or 3 minutes to get people's attention. Now it's in seconds. Or the first 5 minutes they know if they like you or not. To stand up and talk for 1 minute, that minute feels like an hour. So I have to be able to connect with people like split second seconds, especially faster now because of the internet. So now, with that said, as you notice, I was the only one talking. I didn't stop to take a breath until I literally said, oh, by the way, if you have a question, please let me know. So that means it's like I've never spoken with this particular client before. That means first of all, I just met you. And it's like I'm reading a book for 10 minutes all about you. And I was like, oh, yes, just in case you want to ask questions, but our time run out, please throw in something in there. And she just throw in confirmation. She didn't even have a question say, well, all I just wanted to know was, she wasn't even expecting to get all that she received. Like, people are breaking away and there's issues and things like that. And that's why, and all this is going on. And yeah, so and it's gonna do it again. The very next time that I read, the gift is gonna work that very same way. I know it's awesome. I know. That's the way I read. That's the way I read. And I do it every day, and I do it hundreds, loads of times. I've done hundreds, thousands of these readings, and I'm only getting even better because I'm getting, new information. I even get information that I don't even talk about that I've just started doing videos over, like information about the world. So yeah, I'm going to be doing videos concerning the world again. Well, I have videos, plenty of videos, but yeah, I'm talking about like global activity predictions. I mean, psychic predictions that I get. So I have like at least like 5 or 6 videos lining up already. I've already got 3 that I'm supposed to take up, and all I have to do is hit live. I haven't decided, well, Spirit hasn't decided when we start, but my spirits just keep saying in a few days, in a few days. So yeah, we're going to get into some deep conversations in that regard. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's always amazing because I'm making predictions, and like I posted, like I did a thumbnail where it says like my 5 epic predictions, but I have like many like predict like these. Yeah, I just refreshed. Mm, I refreshed. I already my laptop isn't saying a squeak. I can't even I can't hear a thing on my laptop. I did like a well, even before I restarted, I noticed like my laptop has been awfully quiet. Like it hasn't been like all you hear is the motor. Like that sound, that humming, that's all my laptop. Now it's like I don't hear a thing. Yeah. So I'm on for another 8 minutes or so, and then I get to take a 6 hour break. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to get into those tough conversations very soon. Um, I'm going to get into them. Um, oh yeah, and also I like to talk about the Bhagavad Gita, the Psalm of God. I like to talk about the Holy Scriptures, which I will. Um, I will, because I like to talk about the esoteric and the metaphysic and things like that. And also like to read from the Hebrew to the and the Greek into the English translation. And the Bhagavad Gita is the Hindu Bible, but it's the Hindu Bible is, well, the Bhagavad Gita actually is monotheistic, and without even making this up. Um, there are like the phrasing, the wording, the personality of the deity that is, by the way, again, monotheistic, is likened to that of Yahweh. So I like to always, well, anyway, I like to read, like, every time I read the Bhagavad Gita, I read a chapter and we pick out together, like, the references that is connected to the Old Testament, because the Krishna is more in alignment with Yahweh than Jesus Christ. But I can see the correlation between Krishna and Yahweh. Krishna and Jesus Christ. I can see the correlation, but it's more like Krishna is more like Yahweh or Jehovah. Okay. So then oh yeah, so I like to also talk about like metaphysical and psychic, like esoteric things. Um, I always have like these powerful dreams, and I like to talk about my dream traveling experiences, like all of these wonderful things. So I like to go well into these. to these ideas. So I want to do more of that as my my time grows with you all, as the time expands, the expansion, the growth of working with everyone, bringing about the shift, the shift that has already begun. It's already started early this year, 2024. Now we're bringing in 2025, and then I'm landing. This is a year of resources. We only have like a month left over it, but then we move into the year of the human heart, and Venus is dominant. And by the way, through the channel to the personality of Libra, consistent with finances, Jupiter, and fairness, and everything done in the light, whether if it is for what is right or for what is wrong, everything done in the light, everything exposed. Yeah, right. So yeah, so much that we're gonna have so much fun talking about. And every time that I've been going live, like my I guess my interactions with you all has been actually increasing. So yeah, the experience here on, like, people are like dropping in and talking and what have you. It's a lovely experience. It's getting more and more frequent the more I go live. So more and more I go live, and more people are like visiting. So I'm like meeting new people like every day. So it's like every day I'm in a conversation with somebody new. You're on my TikTok. So that's always lovely. Not everybody wants psychic readings, and that's fine. Some people just want to come in and say, hey, what's up? So I'm going to create the space of good energy so that people can come in and just say, they always say, hey, like, I just like the scene. I just like the energy. I don't need a reading. That's fine. And some people are like, look, I don't know about all this psychic prophetic stuff, but I've got a question. I'm like curious, or like, this, like exactly what is it that you do? It seems like you have a little bit of everything. But one thing that people cannot deny is that I am a psychic. I'm a full on psychic. And now it's just a matter of how psychic am I? That's the question. How psychic are you? hmm So I'm beginning to enjoy that life experience. I'm beginning to enjoy it. Oh my gosh. Just 2 minutes left, and then I get to go and consume some YouTube. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to getting me some YouTube for a little while. Let somebody, like, talk to me for a time. When did I go live? I went live how many hours ago? Well, a few hours ago. I went about like around 11, because my computer said, look, I need a restart, buddy. I'm like, fine. And then it did its thing. And I think we're all happy. mm-hmm. Whew. This scarf, it was comfortable, but see, that's the thing. I'm a hot and cold person. Like, I literally will get like a cold drink, and then a hot caramel macchiato, and then I'll have a banana and a scone, and I'm good. That's like a breakfast to me. So yeah, so when I get too hot, then I'm like, okay, now I need to get too cold, and if I get too cold, okay, now I need to get too hot. Yeah, I'm very like hot and cold that way. Now I am. If you say, what's your personality, hot or cold? I am cold. I am a snake. I am a serpent. So I am cold. Um, but I like the sensations of hot and cold, especially hot and cold drinks. And right now, I feel like before I was like, okay, put on this scarf, yeah, it's gonna be nice and comfortable. But now I'm like, okay, especially when I did this, I didn't notice it until I was like loosening this up a bit. I was like, ooh, feels a little cooler. Anyways, it's my 2 o'clock. Let me go ahead and begin to shut things down. We made it through another day. Hey, for some reason, it's been kind of weird. I'm like, bro, let me out. Now what's going on here? Oh my gosh. Huh? That's weird. Okay, let's see if I can. Let's go to history. We might have to cheat. He doesn't want to let me go. Ha ha. I'll find a way out of here anyway. Down, down, down. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. All right. Officially, we are on break. What else? All right. Well, it was a pleasure. I will all see you all shortly. Again, I'll try to come back on the evening. I think. I think I am. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But anyway,